So in the previous 78th video, we completed the first 12 shlokas of chapter 13 entitled Kshetra Kshetrajna Yogam. In these shlokas, Lord Krishna explains a fundamental distinction between Kshetra, the field or physical body, and Kshetrajna, the knower of the Kshetra. So we all reside in a body made of 5 elements, senses and emotions. But our true identity is the Atma, which is a silent witness that observes these changing states. Lord Krishna also clarifies that he himself resides as a Paramatma in the heart of all living beings. Finally, Lord Krishna defines knowledge as not just information but as a practice of 20 moral virtues such as humility, detachment, even-mindedness and many others that prepares the mind to perceive the eternal truth. So now let us move to the 13th shloka. ज्ञेयं यत् प्रवक्ष्यामि यज्ञात्वामृतमश्नुते अनादिमत्परं ब्रह्म न सत्तन्नासदुच्यते. यत् ज्ञेयं, that which is to be known, amritam ashnute, knowing which the amrita, nectar of immortality is attained, tat pravakshyami, I shall explain that to you. Tat anadi, that is that Brahman, that eternal thing what Lord is going to explain, that is beginningless. Mat param. So it has this Brahman having the Paramatma as the supreme. Sat na asat na uchyate, is said to be neither Sat being nor Asat non-being. In the first 12 shlokas, after describing the constituents of Kshetra, Lord Krishna explained knowledge and its qualities. Now from this 13th shloka onwards, Lord Krishna begins to explain what is it that is to be known, that is Jneyam, and what does that knowledge lead to. So Lord Krishna declares that realizing the Atma is what one needs to strive for. That is the Jneyam, what one needs to know. So the nectar of immortality refers, that is Amritam, refers to realizing the Atma and liberating from the cycle of birth and death. So by knowing this Jneyam, by knowing the Atma, one will be able to liberate oneself. Atma has no beginning or end and it is eternal. Lord also uses the word Mat Param Brahmam, implying that the Param Brahmam is present as Paramatma in all human beings and is subordinate to Lord Krishna, the Supreme Lord who has all auspicious qualities, and he is the Kshetrajna. Sarvataha panipadam tat sarvatokshishiro mukam sarvatah shrutimaloke sarvamavritya tishtati. Tat sarvataha panipadam. Tat here refers to the Supreme Brahman, the divine, Supreme Divine that pervades everything. Now this Supreme Brahman, sarvataha panipadam. Pani is hands, padam feet. Sarvataha, so it has hands and feet everywhere. Sarvataha, everywhere it has akshi, eyes, shiraha, head, mukam, faces, shrutimat, ears. So it has eyes, heads, faces and ears everywhere. Loke sarva avritya tishtati. So this Brahman, this reality exists pervading everything in the world. So in the previous shloka, Lord Krishna describes the Supreme Brahman as Anadi, beginningless, and he also refers it as subordinate to him, lying beyond both cause and effect. Here in this shloka, Lord Krishna tells the ultimate reality, that is the Supreme Brahman, pervades everything. It exists everywhere with hands, feet, eyes, heads and mouths in every direction. It is this conscious energy that sustains all of existence, yet we as ordinary beings are not able to perceive the Atma with our physical senses. Now understanding this truth about the Atma allows a seeker to transcend death and achieve the nectar of immortality. Sarvendriya gunabhasam sarvendriya vivarjitam asaktam sarvabhrachaiva nirgunam gunabhoktrucha bahirantascha bhutanam acharam charamevacha sukshmatvat tadavijneyam durastam chantike chatat avibhaktam cha bhuteshu vibhaktamiva cha stitam भूतभर्तृ च तज्ज्ञेयं ग्रसिष्णु प्रभविष्णु च ज्योतिषामपि तज्ज्योतिः तमसः परमुच्यते ज्ञानं ज्ञेयं ज्ञानगम्यं हृदि सर्वस्य विष्टितम्. So I just now chanted 15, 16, 17 and 18 shlokas. All these go together, only then the meaning is complete. So let us first take up the 15th shloka. Sarva Indriya Gunam Abhasam. So this Brahman, Indriya Abhasam, Indriya Guna Abhasam, it perceives all sense objects. Sarva Indriya Vivarjitam. Yet it is without senses. It is without senses, yet it is able to perceive all the sense objects. Cha Asaktameva. It is detached. Sarva Bhrit, it sustains all. Cha Nirgunam Guna Bhoktrum. So it is paradoxical. It is Nirgunam. It has no gunas. Yet it is Guna Bhoktrum. It is the enjoyer of the gunas. Bhutanam Bahihi Antacha. So we are talking about the Supreme Brahman. Now this Brahman, Bhutanam Bahihi Antahacha. It exists both outside and the inside. Antahacha, inside of all Bhutanam, all living beings. Cha charam acharam eva cha. So it is both moving, charam, and acharam also, unmoving. Tat sukshmatvat avijneyam. Avijneyam means it cannot be understood. So why it cannot be understood? Because sukshmatvat, because it is very subtle. Antike cha, it is very near. Durastam cha tat. So it resides in our heart. So it is antike cha, it is very near. Durastam cha tat. It is also very far. Yet it is very far. So it's very paradoxical. So next 17th shloka. Nyayam tat avibhaktam cha. So avibhaktam is that which cannot be divided. So Nyayam, this Brahman which is worthy of being known, which is knowable, is avibhaktam. It is indivisible. Bhuteshu vibhaktam ivacha. So in the first sentence Lord tells that this is indivisible, it is avibhaktam, yet bhuteshu vibhaktam ivacha. It appears as divided in all beings because it exists in all our hearts. So it appears as if it is divided also. Bhuta Bhartrucha, Grasishnu Prabhavishnucha. So it is Bhuta Bhartru. It is this Supreme Godhead. This Brahman is the sustainer of all beings. It is Vishnu. And it is Grasishnucha. It is the destroyer. It is Rudram also. And Prabhavishnucha. It is the creator. It is Brahma also. Tat 18th shloka. Tat Jyotisham api Jyotihi. So this Brahman is the light of all lights. Tamasaha Param. It is beyond darkness. It is beyond Maya. Param Jnanam. It is a supreme knowledge. Jneyam. It is the only knowledge that is worth knowing. Jnanagamyam. It is the ultimate goal of all knowledge. Sarvasya Hridi Vishtitam Uchyate. So it resides firm in the hearts of all. Iti Uchyate. So it is said. So in these 15 to 18 shlokas, Lord Krishna describes the paradoxical qualities of characteristics of the Brahman, or the Supreme Lord. The Supreme Lord appears to possess the qualities of all the senses, yet it is entirely without sense organs. Though it is unattached and independent of all material nature, this Supreme Divine is a sustainer and maintainer of all living beings. So this is very paradoxical. See the next one, it is devoid of the three gunas, that is the sattva, tamas and rajas, and yet he is the ultimate master and enjoyer of those very qualities. So this shloka highlights the transcendental nature. The 16th shloka, it highlights the transcendental nature of the Supreme Divine who operates within the world without being bound by its limitations. The next 16th shloka, Lord Krishna explains that the Supreme Brahman exists both outside and inside of all living beings, comprising both the moving and the non-moving aspects of the creation. So because he is subtle, that is sukshmatvat, because he is subtle, he is beyond the reach of the material mind and senses. So it becomes very difficult to understand the Brahman. So for ordinary people like us, it's very difficult to understand the Brahman. And this Brahman is simultaneously far away in his abode in his spiritual abode, and yet he is incredibly near, residing in the hearts of every soul. So the omnipresence ensures that no part of the universe is ever truly separate from the Supreme Divine. In every place the Supreme Divine exists. He is all pervading. In the 17th shloka, Lord Krishna explains a few other paradoxical qualities. Although the Supreme Brahman appears to be divided among different beings, that is, he exists in all our hearts, so he appears to be divided, but it is undivided and singular. So you can think of the Brahman as like the entire space. This Brahman is to be understood as the sole sustainer of all beings, as well as the one who devours them. So he is both Vishnu and he is Rudra, and he is also the creator. So at the time of destruction, at the time of Pralaya, he becomes Rudra and he destroys, and he also generates them during creation. So he is the Trinity, Brahma, Vishnu and Shiva. So this shloka instructs us to see the unity behind the diversity. When one is capable of perceiving this unity, then that person really begins to perceive the truth, perceive the reality. Next, in the 18th shloka, Lord Krishna describes the transcendental nature of the Brahman. So Lord Krishna describes the Supreme as the light of all lights, existing far beyond the darkness of material ignorance. That is, it is beyond Maya. He is knowledge itself. He is Jnanam. He is Jneyam also. He is all that which is worthy of knowing, and he is the object of all knowledge and the ultimate goal of the knowledge that the spiritual practitioners strive to reach. So the Brahman, the Supreme Divine, resides in the heart of everyone, acting as a silent witness and the inner guide. When the darkness of ego is removed, this internal light becomes visible, it shines, it becomes radiant to the purified spiritual seeker. Iti kshetram tata jnanam jneyam choktam samasatah madbhaktaye tadvijnaya madbhavayopapadyate. Iti kshetram tata jnanam jneyam cha samasatah uktam. So iti, thus, kshetram, the knowledge, tata jnanam, knowledge of kshetram, and jneyam, that which is worthy of knowing, what needs to be known, samasatah uktam, has been told to you very briefly. Madbhaktah etat vijnaya madbhavaya upapadyate. So madbhaktah, my devotee, etat vijnaya, after understanding this reality, that is, after knowing this kshetra, jneyam, jnanam, so after knowing these three, madbhavaya upapadyate. So my devotees reach my divine nature after understanding this in reality. So Lord Krishna concludes this section by, that is, Lord Krishna just described the nature of Brahman. So he concludes this section by stating that he has briefly described the field, that is the kshetra, jnanam, the nature of knowledge, jneyam, he just now described jneyam, that is the object of knowledge, that is Brahman. So a devotee who understands these three, that is kshetra, jnanam and jneyam, that is the object of knowledge, one who understands these three, Lord's devotee who understands these three, becomes qualified to enter into his divine nature. So this devotee transforms by moving from mere intellectual understanding to actual spiritual realization and union with the Supreme Divine Nature. So it is through this vision the spiritual seeker finally attains moksha from the cycle of birth and death. Prakritim purusham chaiva vidyanadi ubhavapi vikaramscha gunamschaiva Vidhi Prakriti Sambhavan. Prakriti Purusha cha Ubhau Eva Anadi Vitti. So Vitti is know. Know what? Prakriti Purusha cha Ubhau. Ubhau is both Prakriti and Purusha. Eva Anadi. So know that both the Prakriti and Purusha are beginningless. Cha Vikaran cha Gunanapi Prakriti Sambhavan eva Vitti. So Vitti also know that Vikaran, the modifications such as like, dislike, etc. Gunan is the three gunas, the sattva, rajas and tamas. They are all prakriti sambhavan. So they are all born of prakriti. Eva Vitti. So know that all the modifications and the gunas are all born of Prakriti only. So Lord Krishna next explains about Prakriti and Purusha. Earlier he explained about Kshetra and Kshetrajna, that is knowledge, and Nyayam, the object of knowledge. So now he explains about Prakriti and Purusha. He states that Prakriti, the material nature, and Purusha, the individual soul, should be understood as beginningless entities. They are anadi. All physical transformations, all vikaram, all changes like all like, dislike, etc. And the three modes of nature, that is sattva, rajas and tamas, the three gunas are born from Prakriti alone, the material energy. Purusha, the soul, is eternal. It becomes entangled in the world through its associations with the changing nature. So when one understands that Purusha is eternal and Prakriti is the shifting material energy, then he experiences psychological and spiritual freedom. So it's time to summarize what we covered in this 13 to 20 shlokas of chapter 13 entitled Kshetra Kshetrajna Vibhaga Yogam in this 79th video. So Lord Krishna describes the supreme truth as beginningless power that exists everywhere and within everything simultaneously. Lord further states that the Supreme Divine perceives and sustains all beings while remaining completely free from attachments. This Supreme Divine is described as the light of all lights that resides in our hearts. So once we understand the Kshetra, that is the field of the body, and the object or the goal of knowledge, that is the Nyayam, the Supreme, which is also the Supreme Divine, we are ready to unite with the Lord's nature. In the 20th shloka, Lord Krishna next begins to explain about Prakriti and Purusha, stating that both are eternal. But it is Prakriti that Prakriti from which the physical body, which has the three gunas, sattva, rajas and tamas, are born. Thank you.